Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Happy Saturday. Bitcoin's sitting at $117,000. And your mom hasn't even asked you how to buy it yet. Your grandma isn't trying to figure out how to create a Coinbase account. Your coworker still thinks you're broke. Your ex-girlfriend just now texted you for the first time in like 7.5 years. The signs are there. Bitcoin dominance continues to fall. And altcoins are making random god candle pumps at 4 p.m. on a Saturday. Are you asleep at the wheel? Or are your bags packed and you're waiting at the gate? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me on this lovely Saturday evening. How's everyone doing today? Whoa, what's going on, Fahid? Fahid said first, 3 hour and 6 hour is triple white soldier candles. Could be bullish. Heck yeah. Cecil Freak said boomer stistis. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm super stoked for today. Great stream coming on up. We got a daily close contest happening today, so stick around for that. Bitcoin 117, 321 and 4 cents. Looking good. Bitcoin dominance continuing to fall. It had a little creep up. It couldn't even make it above 64.9. Crazy, crazy stuff. Blockchain Brew said, hey JJ, at the campground, have to come in and give this dude a shout out. Your content is fire. Appreciate you, Blockchain Brew. Hit me up with a link to join soon, man. I'll hop on. My busy schedule is becoming less busy after today, so that's exciting. Bitcoin, let's refresh our liquidation heat map and get some stuff happening here. 12 hour, get a zoom in. Look at that, spicy. See, it's very interesting to me. Okay, we do have the pattern kind of mirroring itself still, but it doesn't seem as big as usual. And there definitely seems to be some retail interference, which is very interesting. We got 116, 325. Oops. I did it again. Okay. Up above, we got 118, 312. Gosh, this is so crazy. These numbers are enormous. Down below, we got 115, 994. And we got one more below that I'm going to add in here. Right here, this guy. 14 million at 116, 822. Crazy numbers Bitcoin's at right now, man. I don't know if we're going to top at 120 anymore. I don't know if I believe in that. We got 118, 644. Like, I think Bitcoin's just going to rip, man. Did I just move the one that I wasn't supposed to move? 118, 312. Okay. So this is our weekend range. We'll see if we break this at all. The market makers are graceful enough to allow us a little bit of leeway. So everybody, all in tandem. Thank you, market maker. That way they really hear us. Make sure you say it loud, okay? Bitcoin is chilling. Looks great. Kind of flag-ish. A little flaggy. I don't know. Nothing really crazy, honestly. I mean, it's crazy. It's getting to the point where I just said nothing really crazy, and Bitcoin's sitting at $117,000. Something's wrong. We were incredibly overbought on a 4-hour RSI. We are peeking back into safe territory, and our market cipher momentum wave is starting to calm down, take a little breather as well. So, looks good. ETH is down 0.72% on the day, peaking below our legacy trend line, which I think goes back to, what was that, 2023? It goes back pretty far. It does. October 2023. Gosh, that was 2 years ago. That's crazy. What is going on? Um, I do firmly believe that this bull market is going to bleed into 2026, but obviously we'll have to see what actually happens. It definitely seems like, if with this being like the first truly institutional adopted bull market, I don't know if we're gonna get another bull market after this. I think we're gonna do crazy bull market things, and then we're gonna stabilize. And then, the market's gonna go through bull and bear along with the stock market versus our 4-year cycle fun that we've been having. And maybe that's not true. Maybe it's gonna be a combination of both, because they're talking about tokenizing stocks and stuff like that. Maybe the stock market is going to adapt. It's going to be kind of like a compromise, 50-50 of each. That'd be kind of interesting. A little hybrid market action. ETH, I would love to see it stay above this line, this trend line. But if it goes below, then as long as it holds 28.61, I'll be happy. That's going to be a big number for me. And then below that, I suppose little temporary trend line support should be right there. I'll make this a dotted line, so that way it's there, but it's not really interfering. Yeah, we got some previous resistance turn support, hopefully, with that 2800. So we'll see what happens. Sol is down 1.63% on the day. It is also sitting at a important upper trend line support, which was previous resistance and current resistance. What's interesting to me here is when we zoom in, this is a very, I don't know, I would call it an inverse Batman pattern. Kind of an inverse head and shoulders. Kind of, sort of, not really. And there's like a little baby inverse head and shoulders inside of it. And shoulders left and right all over the place. It's like it's a hybrid. Kind of like that bull market that I was talking about. We were incredibly overbought on the 4-hour time frame. We are now actually really nicely reset on Sol for the 4-hour. Looks really good, actually. The RSI got a nice bounce off of 50, which is this right here. This was our 50 bounce, and we're going up now, so that's pretty good potential. RSI looks good. Momentum wave completely reset in the middle as well. Sol might actually hold this upper trend line as support and blast off from here. That's exciting stuff. And back here where we failed, we never really got a proper retest. We broke up, we went higher, and then we retested, went higher for that double top, broke below, resistance, fake out, resistance, and then it kept breaking down and couldn't get back above it. Finally, we got our momentum, broke above it. We're retesting right now. It looks good. I'm kind of excited. I might scoop up some Sol with my dry powder. Jim Derringer said, curious to see if institutions fade this rally for crypto week. It's definitely going to be interesting. I saw that apparently BlackRock was buying like crazy, so they seem to know when things are going to happen. But they've been very wishy-washy with their buys and sells, so they're definitely there's definitely a game afoot, it seems. And I don't know if I'm ready to go full tinfoil hat with that, but I think that we've already learned that the entire cryptocurrency market is prone to tinfoil hat theories because people be stealing. That's very true. Total 3 is down 0.4% on the day. Currently 919.558 billion. Looking great, actually. We got a little rejection at 940. We got 20 minutes until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. Jim said, well, they have to buy for the ETFs. Right, that too. So I guess that's code for people are buying Ethereum, more Ethereum than Bitcoin, via BlackRock. Unless they buy preemptively. I don't know the logistics of it. Maybe they're buying in anticipation of a big week. Who knows, man? Who knows? I don't work for BlackRock. But if they want to hire me, I'm sure they can figure out how to get a hold of me. Total market cap, total 3, was also overbought. It is now chilling in the safe zone. We're sitting right above 60, which isn't great, but it's not bad. I don't know. We got a big red candle followed by a little green candle. Are we going to continue to the upside, or are we going to pull back a little bit more? If we do, I suspect there could be some support at 857 if it gets really low. Otherwise, I like 883. Let me make this solid. I like 883 because this was previous support turned resistance. We broke right through that. So retest of that kind of makes sense. So we'll see what happens. 1 trillion is a big deal for us to get through. So let me make that the thick one. Yeah. Once we get above 1 trillion, it could get pretty spicy pretty quick. Jim said, and sell. I just don't like that BlackRock custodies through Coinbase. I prefer Fidelity's funds in TradFi. They self-custody. Interesting. I've been considering, and I don't even know how I would approach this, but with the entire country and basically the entire globe adopting cryptocurrency, how cool would that be to even just on an advisory level to like work with your state or your city or your county or whatever to help them with whatever kind of cryptocurrency facilitation they want to do. I think that'd be kind of cool, but I wouldn't know how to approach it. What do I do? Go talk to like the town mayor? Hey, Mr. Mayor, you like meme coins? Have you heard of fart coin? You know what I mean? Like, what's he gonna do? He's like, actually, my entire portfolio is 90% fart coin. That'd be so sick. My man, I knew I voted for you for a reason. Cardano was down 0.34%. This looks very flaggy. We got a rejection at 74.63, which is exactly what we were expecting. Broke below 72.92. And potential bounce at 69.97. Let me get rid of that. Oops. Dave's cracking. Jim said, I believe it was Wisconsin that approached C about making a state-backed stablecoin. Are you sure you're not talking about Wyoming? It might be Wyoming. Wyoming is doing a their own stablecoin. I know for sure. I don't know if Wisconsin's doing anything. That's why I'm not saying definitively yes or no, because I actually have no clue. I do know, though, that Wisconsin likes to pretend that they're Michigan, which is cute. And that their football team has a really questionable name. What are they packing? Kind of weird. Kind of a weird name, guys. Cardano 70.74. Getting a little green here. Nice little wick to the downside. Let's see if we get a bounce. We were incredibly overbought on Cardano as well. That has since settled down. We were sitting right above 60. Volume kind of petered off for the weekend. And we do technically, unfortunately, which really stinks. I really don't want to say this out loud, but I guess I have to. Technically speaking, we should retest this breakout. If this line's even relevant, if it's not, though, it's probably just going to just be that, more of, which is the same exact line at this point. That's where they both meet, so. Okay, it was Wyoming. That's what I figured. Yeah, Wyoming was the one, because there was a bunch of them that they were considering, and then they flip-flopped and chose one over the other, and then they changed their mind, and then it was, like, questionable, and then they finally decided on the one. Retest of 95K would be evil, but I could see them doing it. Dude, they're definitely going to do something that shakes some people out and makes people cry and sell. I knew I shouldn't have taken a screenshot. I took a screenshot instead of taking profits. I did it again. And then we got to wait another, like, 30 days, and they're going to lose their minds. Oh, my gosh. It's going to be a sad day. Maybe I should have been a psychologist. Which psychiatrist? Psychiatrist is the one that can prescribe drugs. And crypto folks definitely need that. Gourmet Brains Brooklyn said, you can ask the mayor to create a coin named after the town, and then you have some residents pay their taxes, utilities with crypto. That's not a bad idea. Jim said the weekly volume is suspicious. Yeah. SNEK is up 2.29, 2.45% on the day, currently trading at 27.95. Little rejection at 30, which is exactly what we suspected. Potential support at 27, which is also exactly what we suspected. What do you know? The guy that's obsessed with SNEK knows how this chart works. Isn't that crazy? That's a flag. We're chilling on the RSI. We did cross bearish over our moving average, and the volume looks great. Momentum wave could use a little settling down, but SNEK does not care about settling down. SNEK cares about making moves and convincing people to bite apples and stuff. I heard that some people won't buy SNEK because of the Bible. I was like, dang. It's actually kind of crazy. I didn't even think about that. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is called SNEK and not serpent. So maybe folks need to calm down a little bit and look up definitions. I think they're the same thing. I'm just making stuff up. Buy my bags, damn it. XRP's up 0.22% on the day. little break below 275, which is not a bad thing. We did wick almost up to 3, and that got sold off pretty quick. It is incredibly high right now, the price, though. XRP is sitting pretty high. Last time it was up this high was March, and before then, February, January, and then you got, this was the peak actually, December of 2024. We are currently sitting at the 2024 high point for XRP. The current all-time high, I don't know actually where the current all-time, did we pass the current all-time high? Maybe we did. 340 right now is the local all-time high. I don't know if it's, maybe it was 257. I don't remember. I looked it up before. It was like really hard to find because some of the chart data is inconclusive depending on the exchange that you look at. But I don't feel like chasing it right now. Basically, XRP, number go up, and green, price high. Yes, we like. Flag, I see it. There's definitely a flag here as well. The question is, are these flags going to break bullish? I think there's a lot of people that are shaking in their boots right now, wondering if this is all just one big fake out. But unfortunately, those people have very short-term memory, and we are looking forward to a huge week for cryptocurrency. And I think the number one way, in my opinion, to streamline innovation is to remove taxes. There's a church. There's several churches in every single city, including where I live. Where I live, the churches actually are probably one of the more profitable business models where I live because there's hardly any stores. But there's several churches, and not one of them has closed their doors. Churches don't pay taxes. If you want to stimulate growth, remove taxes. I think there's a potential for them to remove capital gains tax from cryptocurrency this upcoming week. Not financial advice, total speculation, but the idea has been thrown around for so long, it may just be a self-fulfilling prophecy kind of scenario, but we'll see. Jim said, outside of long-term spot positions, I'm in cash until I see what happens with that 120K area. Really? That's interesting. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn's at 384 back in January for XRP. Okay. Let me put that on here then. Is it on here? We got 340. Was it 384? You said back in January? What January? Okay, I know I need to go. Hold on, let me just do this. This one's like aggregated for every single one. And then let me go to the weekly. Okay. Yeah, January. What's the high here? High 331 actually. So according to this aggregated chart. Oh, did that go higher? 339. It did. Okay, so we got 339 from January 2025. You're correct. That's crazy. Good for them, man. Good for them. So whatever exchange you're on must have gone significantly higher because of the lack of volume. That's actually kind of crazy. Could you imagine paying like 40-50% more for something and accidentally buying the top as well? He's so mad. HBAR. Interesting goings on for HBAR. We got kind of a broader double bottom scenario. And both of these bottoms look very similar to what Solana just did. And Ethereum, actually. Solana more so. With this nice little, like, dip. The pointy dip. The dip with the nip. Maybe? The nip dip. So, HBAR's got little double nip dip action going on. I love how impossible I make it for you guys to watch anything of me with your family around. We should get some resistance at 22. We're currently sitting at 1963. I want to see above 20 hold for longer. We got kind of a flag going on. And if we break, let's just call it frugal. We're looking for potential 23 frugal target for a breakout, not financial advice. We're at 1964 right now, though. Like I said, we could pull back to 1858, but if it's a flag, then it could break out, retest 20, and off to the races. 22 is a big point of contention right now because once we broke below it in March, we stuck below it. It doesn't look like it's it's a good resistance in the sense that we haven't been above it in a while. But we only tried it once, so if we get a strong enough push, we could break above it relatively quick. We'll just have to see. But yeah, that double bottom looks good. 14 was a strong support. We're currently up like 33% from there. Actually, even higher. 50. Whoa. Okay, from 14. My bad. 39. Not too bad. I wasn't that far off. Sometimes JJ math good. Jim said there's a bill being reviewed that removes the double taxation on staking rewards. Small prayer answered if it passes. Jay Shear said, yo. What's going on, Jay Shear? Happy Saturday, my friend. Sweet is down 0.06% on the day. Also, bull flag. Rejection at 353. Broke below 342. Currently sitting at 338.50. If we go down any lower, 325 should be a decent sized support. Otherwise, looking for a breakout and continuation. Fahid said, wonder if we pump tomorrow. Tomorrow would be the day that we would do it. I think we're going to be trapped in this cute little range until tomorrow afternoon. As always, Saturdays are usually pretty lackluster because the market maker does not allow us to go to Brad's party, which is BS. We should have went to Mom's for the weekend. Cheers, guys. Chai latte is delicious today. My energy drink arrived. I had some Jimmy John's. I got some Jimmy John's in me. It's delicious. Where were we? Yeah, sweet. Looking for a bull flag breakout. Ando's a little more interesting. Following its trajectory, looking good. The trajectory is somewhat important for our theory, which is a giant waste management fractal theory. We will see. Currently, we got our nice rise, higher lows. There's a very obvious pattern here. Question is, how low do we have to go to solidify that pattern? Because the third touch is going to create that like tripod stance that we need to sell this pattern door to door. We got a rise in volume, which is great. Are we going to go all the way down here and kind of erase the possibility of this being a flag and just make it an uptrend? And then maybe an ascending channel, maybe ascending wedge. That would be bad. We don't want that. Support should be 84.84. 84.84 was a big point of contention this entire time. We finally got above it. So it should be at least some decent strength in that support. So maybe we hit that and chop. Maybe we even do a little fake out below, get back above, and then get our swing to the upside. I could see that. That's kind of what it did back here even. Interesting. So yeah, we'll see with Ando. Currently trading at 86.92. Like I said, 84.84 going to be immense support. We'll see if it holds. Volume looks good. RSI is almost reset beautifully. Currently right above 50, which is in the safe zone. And the momentum wave is also sitting right in the middle. Let's see. Fahid said like the stream and subscribe. Thank you, Fahid. I agree with him. Like the stream and subscribe. Jim said, well, next week is crypto week. Watch us wake up to 120K Sunday and sell off the entire week. That'd be kind of crazy. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said a lot of people don't realize how important Ondo is. It's a sleeper. Once they tokenize commodities, it's gonna take off. I agree. I actually agree. I like Ondo. It's newer, and it's got that. I wouldn't call it first mover. It's got like that young energy. You know, it's like the 23, 24-year-old guy that like starts on the construction site, and all the old dudes are like, screw this kid. He's making it so we have to work more. You know what I mean? Aerodrome down 2.78% on the day. Aerodrome kind of taking a little bit of a hit here. So we got above our previous support turned resistance of 72.1. It wasn't really like, I mean, it was support this entire time. We broke below. It was resistance for a hot second right here. We came down, got some support at 66, broke right above, used it as support and continued. And now we're using 76 as support, which should be pretty strong. It looks really good. RSI is sitting right in the middle. Momentum wave also sitting right in the middle. Volume is very lackluster. Compared to this previous move back here, it looks like people loaded up right here. And right here, they could care less what happens. They just want to see this thing blast off, so. I like the RSI, I like the momentum wave, and I like the price. 86, next stop. Let's see. Tyler said, so what's happening? Anything special? Let's see, sweet. I have a 10x on it. Jim said, I saw a report that showed that Forex on average experiences more losses than any other market. I believe the account loss rate was 74%, with most accounts being funded via credit. What? Whoa. That's crazy. We're going to start building a stock market portfolio as well, guys. I'm saying that out loud so that I don't forget, so that you guys can remind me in case you're curious and you care to remind me later. Or you guys can just talk about how funny it is that I literally forget everything. It's up to you. Word of mouth. That's all I care about. Jim said I like sweet. I also like sweet. I think sweet's in the thumbnail today, isn't it? Or did I mess that up? I think I got the right thumbnail. Did I? I don't remember. Okay, yeah, no. Sweet's in the thumbnail. Sweet. Sweet. That's actually unintentional pun. Pinlink up. Ooh, Pinlink is up 7.6%, testing that 60 resistance. Like I said, below 60 is a buy. We were below 60. We got that beautiful. This is an inverse head and shoulders. Textbook inverse head and shoulders. Playing out. I don't know if it really counts. I don't know if the neckline is good enough, but I really like it. If we get above 60 and hold above 60, that's great. This is honestly probably what everything else is about to do. This pump, the flag, and then the bust. And I really like that this big fat red candle came first with these 2 wicks on top. People were probably like, tweezer top. They saw the big fat red candle. They opened up a bunch of shorts and then got insta liquidated. That's pretty funny. Waterfly said, you funny, JJ. Thank you, Waterfly. I try my best. We got the daily close contest coming up in less than 2 minutes, so make sure you guys stick around for that. Pinlink looks great, 59.33. Like I said, above 60 would be awesome. We got a wick right here. Wick right here. We want that wick to fill before it closes, but it doesn't have to. It could technically fill on the next candle, and I would still be happy. Renders down 1.95%, currently trading at 357.75, looking good. We got a breakout retest of our upper trend line from our ascending range. Finally, we had a little rejection right here. Liquidity pullback, bounce, blast off, resistance right around 4, support right around 350. Let's see if we can get that break. Structure's holding, looks good. Volume's picking up, RSI is reset, momentum wave reset. We're ready to go, baby. Polkadot down 0.54, 0.51% on the day. Getting a little spicy here with that wick. Like I said, we got that big fat red candle. People probably open up with shorts, and then it's going to blast off to the upside, scare some folks. Liquidate some bears. Guys, we got less than 1 minute until the daily close contest. Don't let me forget, Fartcoin is our next coin. Let's get down to the 1 minute time frame on Bitcoin, currently trading at 117,347.02. Looking good. Beautiful. Look at that big fat volume candle on the 1 minute time frame. And we transition to the next screen. Ready? Make sure that this bad boy is the right size. Make it a little bit smaller. And right there. Okay, guys, 28 seconds remaining on the clock. We got a 2-day hiatus from the daily close contest, so we are back and fresh and ready, and we smell good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 3, 2, 1. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Let's go. Jim said, yeah, the report stated that most Forex traders would be better off experiencing the equity sell-off of 2008-2009. Yikes. That I believe. And I think that that scenario is what has made it so that we're never going to experience anything like that again, because everyone is so scared, including like the Fed. Imagine, I don't even know what analogy to use. It's like when something bad happens and you go out of your way to make sure that something like that could never even happen again. It's like that. 2008 housing financial crisis, they're going to do whatever they got to do, pull whatever strings, put up whatever facade that they got to do to make sure that nobody ever gives a crap about any kind of bear market crash. Like, that's never going to happen again, in my opinion. I could be wrong. We got Gourmet Brands Brooklyn coming in with 116,969,69. Nice. I like it. Anybody else Anybody at all? Bitcoin 117, 460 and 2 cents. We got 3 minutes and 44 seconds remaining on the clock. Jim Derringer coming in with a guess of 117, 572 and 63 cents. He said, I'm thinking. Beautiful, beautiful price action on these charts. 117, 460 and 1 penny. We got Waterfly coming in with 117, 217. I like it. We got Fahid coming in with 117, 420, 69. Nice. That one's one of my favorites for sure. Fahid's always got the numbers, man. Should I buy a new computer chair? I've been thinking about it. I've been looking at them and everything. All right, we got Tyler and Necky Recky coming in with guesses. Mr. Tyler, 117, 26969. What if I said typical Tyler? Necky Recky coming in with a guess of 117, 485. Jim said, I haven't heard trade Forex since bots ruined L2 data. I can't believe they let you fund your account via credit. That is crazy. What if I gave you $52? That is fair. Everybody only ever asks for 50, so 52 is more than generous. Oh, what if I came back and you gave me 42? What's up? Jay Shear said guess in Discord. Let's go check Jay Shear's guess. Here we go. 117, 46996. Nice. Very, very nice. I pressed the wrong button. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 1 minute, 34 seconds remaining on the clock. Oh! Waterfly said my math bad. Oh! Waterfly JJ math? Breaking. Waterfly JJ math. Holy crap. We just watched that unfold live. Do I have the brain of a waterfly? Or does waterfly have a brain of a JJ? He said I'm old. That's my excuse. My excuse is the sunglasses. I'm wearing sunglasses. I wear my sunglasses at night. Yeah, that's such an old song. That probably took Waterfly back, though. He's probably like, I love this song. All right, guys, we got less than 1 minute remaining, 46 seconds left on the clock. Necky Ricky said, has anyone ever said $1 for daily candle? Yes, we've had a few ones and zeros, which people have won bragging rights with because sometimes folks get a little too bullish, a little too horny. And the low guesses win because it's Price is Right rules, closest without going over. And everybody goes over, except for that one person with the uber bearish guess, just for the bragging rights. And technically, it's a great strategy. What if I said I'm humming over here? I knew it. I knew it. It's a good song. It is a good song. I can hear the electronic music. 10 seconds left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Time's almost up. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Time's up. Thank you very much for participating, ladies and gentlemen. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 participants today for the daily close contest. Let's put these bad boys on the chart. Starting from the bottom, 116, 96969 from Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn. Beautiful guess. Next, we got Waterfly 117, 217. Next, we got Tyler 117, 26969. Next, we got Fahid 117, 420, 69. Nice. You know, I was typing really good for a second, and then I fudged it. We got J Shear 2.0, 117, 469, 96. Very nice. We got Necky Racky, 117,485 even. Very nice. If Jay Shear takes it, that's going to be impressive. Then we got Jim Derringer, 117,572.63. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's our participants. Bitcoin currently trading at 117,399.98. We got 3 minutes and 21 seconds remaining on the clock until the daily close. Bitcoin seems to have flatlined here. Drummer said I missed it. Tyler said put it in my gap. All right. Are my numbers correct? I think I updated the one early. So I think, yeah, Tyler was the last winner, and Tyler has 24 wins. Yep, cool. I gotta update the little picture at the bottom, the one next to my face right here. I have to update that manually. Sometimes I feel like I forget, and then I don't, which is great, because thinking that you forgot, forgetting that you remembered, that's next level. That's next level. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining. Cheers. Happy Saturday. Bitcoin literally sitting right below $120,000, and retail is still nowhere to be found. What price do you think retail is going to start to arrive? Oh, did you guys see what happened to me? No joke. I went to go DCA the other day, and I opened up I attempted to open up Coinbase on my phone, and I can't. It's no longer compatible with my device. So my 6-year-old Google Pixel 4 XL is no longer supported by Coinbase. Literally at the doorstep, at the gates to the bull market, Coinbase is like, you got to spend money on a phone. That sucks so bad. All right, guys, we got 1 minute, 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Tyler said, I think this is for Triple Crown again. Let's take a look, is it? No, it is not. Fahid won the day before you, my friend. We got July 9th, Tyler. 8th, Fahid. 7th, Hoffs. 6th, Tyler. 3rd, Tyler. 2nd, Hoffs. 1st, Mr. Robbers. This month entirely so far has been dominated by our top 3 competitors. Very interesting stuff. Let's see, guys. 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining on the clock. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, damn, I'm so low. My trend line is almost in the MACD. John Ozar said, it never happened again. Bless his innocence. Who? What did I miss? Tyler said I must have missed it because Fahid won. That's true. All right, guys, this is it. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. Bitcoin currently trading at 117,494 cents, right below Fahid's pocket, Fahid's gap of 117,420.69. Currently, Tyler's in the lead with 30 seconds left on the clock. Bitcoin seems to flatline a little bit here. RSI is chilling on the 1 minute time frame. Momentum wave is on the higher side, but it's not too bad. We got a little red cloud to the downside, possibly pulling the price down. 16 seconds left. Waterfly said I'm very gassy today, just sharing. I was thinking that same exact thing. Oh my gosh. Is Fahid going to win $100? 117,420. Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Bitcoin's daily close, 117,420 even. Fahid was over by 69 cents, making Mr. Tyler our winner today. Whoa! That is the closest we've had in quite some time. Congratulations, Tyler. Very impressive guesswork from Fahid. Uh-oh. What have I done? Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner, Mr. Tyler. That's crazy. Mr. Tyler, 117,269.69. Actual was 117,420. Even, which is freaking crazy. That is insanely close. Congratulations, Tyler. I do have to make note of that. I'm sorry. Fahid was over by 0.69. That's like 69 times what Hoffs was over by. Waterfly said, I don't like losing, but congrats. Congrats, Tyler. Dang. Dang. What a game. What a game. What a match. That was crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's clear these bad boys off. Make sure you spam the bananas in the chat for our winner of the evening. What a crazy, crazy day. I was not expecting it to get that close. That's awesome. The Heat said I shouldn't have added the 69. Dude, you would have been a first $100 winner. That would have been freaking insane. That would have been crazy. For our time frame, zoom out. Mr. Tyler is our winner. Congratulations once again. Fahid, better luck next time. Crazy guesswork, though. That was pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. Being off by 69 is also nice. Just so we're clear. Let's spam some bananas, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And let's select our winner. Yay! We gotta do like the Five Nights at Freddy's sound where the kids are like, yay! When you finish the night. All right, let's transition. Mr. Tyler progressing his lead even further for the Iron Throne. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. All right, congratulations, Mr. Tyler. Let's add you to our winner's Google Doc. Tomorrow, if you win, then that will be a hat trick. Did I exit 12? Yes, it is. Cool, cool, cool. Congratulations, Mr. Tyler. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 117, 269, 69. Nice. And an actual Bitcoin daily close of 117, 420, even on July 12th, 2025 is Mr. Tyler Yetzer, and his prize is a foot-long chili cheese coney. Or Sonic, whatever you want to call it. A foot-long chili cheese hot dog. Congratulations, Mr. Tyler, on your victory. Enjoy your foot-long chili cheese hot dog. I recommend sharing it with Fahid. You guys can eat both ends at the same time like Lady and the Tramp. Fill each other's gap. Congratulations once again, Tyler, on your victory. Congratulations, Fahid, for making another historic miss. Regardless of what other people think, I think that's pretty cool. That chili cheese coney looks delicious. But it's not mine. Tyler, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Get it out of my face. I just had Jimmy John's. I cannot eat anything else or I will explode. I should have known when I picked the daily close prize that it was going to be you, Tyler. At least he feeds you normal food. It depends on the budget, man. Sometimes the budget's low. Can't help that. You guys are totally random. And Tyler's number one right now. There's a reason. He's eating all of them. He's eating everything. He's probably gotten the worst ones. Who knows, man? He's definitely eating them all. He's gonna be 500 pounds by the time the daily close contest concludes for the year. All right, Bitcoin. Pretty juicy daily close. 117, 420 is pretty awesome. Pretty crazy. Fahid was off by 69 cents. That's definitely a historic miss for the channel. And you guys were both 69s as well. Dang. Closest without going over. Congratulations, Mr. Tyler. All right, let's finish going through our charts. Bitcoin's not doing a whole lot here. We were on Fartcoin. Ooh, okay, so Fartcoin did its fake out to the downside. And we got back into our channel. Rejected at the top. Broke out to the downside again, only to get right back up in there. And we're currently sitting above our lower trend line, which is exactly what we want, but we want to hold it. It's teetering, it seems. Tyler said, gotta eat dinner, be right back. Jim said, Asia has a better sense of humor than Coinbase. Yeah, that's for damn sure. Our ascending channel for Fartcoin is still fully intact. The question is Fartcoin gonna hold it, or is it gonna squeak out the rear and get us in trouble? That is the question. Get rid of this messy arrow. Currently trading at 124.18. 128 is our resistance that we got to break definitively. After that, we're going to have to start to put some lines on the chart. It's kind of looking like 140 is going to be relevant. And then maybe 160. After that, it could be blue sky breakout. Unless we go to lower time frames. Maybe 2. 2 would be a huge psychological number right there. Let me just put that in there. Yeah. Jim said, I think Farcoin's starting to leak. I can smell the dump. Yeah. Definitely doesn't look, does not look solid. It looks very gaseous. Potential gas leak in the making. There's too many jokes, man. Farcoin might need an Imodium. This is one Farcoin you can't trust. All right, let's move on. CAS is up 0.37 since the daily close. Rejection around 8. Broke above it. Finding support. I guess 8.2. Yeah, around 8.2. Broke above it. Finding support at 8.2. And continuing to grind up, it looks. RSI is almost reset entirely. It's sitting right in the middle at 50. Looks good. Very fibrous chart. Price action looks a little runny. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna run at all, man. I don't think it's gonna run. This is one of the situations where it's a cold fart, because in this situation the heat is definitely not rising. the jokes are getting worse. That one wasn't even funny. It's funny how unfunny that was. Yeah, CAS kind of in the realm right here where there's not much going on. We need to get above 9 for sure. I guess 9.1. Yeah, we'll see. 10 would be great. 9 is the obvious resistance here. So that's the price that we gotta look for. Avalanche sitting at 0 right now. Kind of a flag situation going on. Broke above 2078 for a hot second. Came back down for a liquidity pullback at 2030. And got a nice little bounce. Streamcan Milan said, what's up, everyone? What's going on, Streamcan? You missed it. Fahid was only over by 69 cents today. He literally, like, Bitcoin closed at 117.420, and Fahid's guess was 117.420 and 69 cents. But because the Price is Right rules, he didn't win, and Tyler won. Because Tyler was closest without going over, so it was kind of spicy. Marcos Martinez said, bonk, bonk, baby. Jim Derringer said, what do you think the top for Ethereum in 2026? Ooh, 2026? Top for ETH 2026. What's the all-time high right now? 48.68. Did it just hit that? Oh no, that's 2021. Okay. Six. I'm gonna go 6. Everyone's gonna hate me for that. 6. I'm gonna call. Let's say ETF. It gets a little more adoption. Let's go 8. 8's my favorite number. I'm gonna say 8 grand. And you know what? I'm willing to put that on the chart as well. Whoa! I already had it on there. What? Wow. My memory's awful. I don't know what to think of that. Is that impressive or is that really not impressive? That's incredibly unimpressive because somehow I forgot. That's really funny. I guess 8K. I guess 8K is my guess. That's funny. That's really funny. I had no idea that was even up there. The prophecy, for real. That's so impressive that it's unimpressive. That was awful. Where were we? Avalanche sitting below 2078. I would like to see it get back above and find support. I don't know if these lines are going to be relevant right here. It's in a flag. For sure. Maybe even a downtrend. 1982 would be the next support if it continues down. John said simultaneously impressive and unimpressive. Exactly. It's just, what's the term? When it's just mediocre. Whatever just happened there, to me not realizing that was there and stuff, was just mediocre. JJ Crypto Dory. Fractal Farquaad has a better ring, though. I get it, though. I get it. Is there anybody else that has memory issues in cinema? There really isn't, is there? Not that I remember. Oh! This stream's falling apart. Avalanche. Yeah, I want to see Avalanche get above 2078. If it pulls back, look for support. Definitely immense support at 20, maybe 2050. Looks like it got a bounce here, like 2032, which is very random. Jim said 8K sounds unimpressive, but the market cap wouldn't be. Exactly. You know what's even crazier? I'm thinking more and more every single day now that XRP is going to be the Ethereum killer. Look at XRP right now. Look at how like structured this rise is. ETH is all choppy, so is Bitcoin. BNB's choppy. Solana's really choppy. Doge is choppy. Tron is a little more uniform. ADA is like shallow, I would call it. Hyperliquid is choppy. Stellar looks good, actually. Stellar is almost as structured as XRP. Squeeze choppy. Chainlink, they're all choppy. But XRP is just like an ascension to the heavens. And if the price doubles right now, it's going to be, it might even, no, it would be right below Ethereum. It would be right below Ethereum, which is crazy because it's just cranking, dude. XRP is flying right now. And the fact that Sol would have to double just to catch up to XRP is even more insane to think about. Jim said 8K would put ETH just below 1 trillion, and it would be exactly like the market maker to do that. Just below. Everyone's expecting $1 trillion, at least to hit. Maybe they front run it a little bit. And just below their front run is where it's going to stop. Altseason index, 27 out of 100, actually peaking into the potential medium zone of Bitcoin season. Hopefully Altseason begins here. I don't know how much more of this needs to turn green. Doesn't look like there's that much left, to be honest. What dictates the Altseason again? Dang, look at these bad boys. Farcoin's up 54% in the last 90 days. Woo! Pengu. I think Pengu's going to get an ETF. I think they are. They're like at the bell ring ceremony in their little costume. Okay, Avalanche is turning a little green here. So yeah, like I said, I want to see it get above 2078. Otherwise, pull back 1982. Look for 2050 to be possible psychological support. Chainlink also flagging. Broke below 1524. Rejected 1583. Broke below 1524. Currently sitting at 1507. Got a bounce. It looks like 1580 or 1485. If it does pull back, 1441 should be good support. Doge is sitting below. So Doge did not quite get to 2165. Seems to have rejected at 21-ish. I'm just gonna call it 21. It got a little overbought and peaked right above 21, but it rejected at 21. Broke below 20. Currently sitting at 1974. Little midpoint liquidity pullback to 1930. So maybe retest rejection. Otherwise, I would like to see that break and the idea of the flag play out. I don't know if the flag is even relevant on Doge specifically. It looks kind of sloppy. Maybe lower time frame will help, but Topsock Goat said XRP only would flip if ETH didn't go up. That's true. That is true. That is fair. Fair argument. Tom Sox Goat said, but it will. Jim Derringer said, I see nothing wrong with XRP always being third. Yeah, honestly, I think that's the most poetic because everyone's like, oh, my coin is the ETH killer. My coin, me. And XRP's just been like, we're being suppressed, and everyone's like, shut up, idiot. You're a cult. You're in a cult. Look at the XRP guy. He's in a cult. What a loser. He believes in something. Loser. And then they end up third, and all of the ecosystems where they're like, we're the ETH killer, they're going to be arguing over who's the XRP killer next, and it's going to be none of them because XRP is going to remain third. That is poetry. I think that's a beautiful thing, and it's very funny. Tyler said, back, can I get sweet? Did we do sweet already? I feel like we did. Squeeze at 339.60. 325 would be support if it continues to break down. Sweet's looking a little bit sloppy here. The volume increase looks great. RSI just barely not overbought. It did break bearish over its moving average, which is not a bad thing. And our momentum wave is reset to the median as well. So there's room for it to increase. We did just get a weird candle close though. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, support 325. if it continues to go down. I would like to see it get back above 342 though. Looks like it rejected 353, broke below 342, and it's trying to get back above it. Chainlink sitting below 1524, rejected 1583. I think I went over this already. 1441 would be the support if it continues down. It got a nice bounce at 1485-ish. Currently sitting at 1508. I'd like to see it get back about 1524, but we'll see. RSI almost chilling in the middle. Momentum wave definitely chilling in the middle. Yeah, flag, probably flag, right? Looks a little flaggy. Jim said if Cardano flips Sol, it'll be awesome. That would be crazy. Tyler said 336.9 average 10x. For what? For sweet? Okay. 336. That's not bad. What I would do, if you're committed, just keep an eye on it. And if it does start to get a little too spicy, SWE is very volatile. 10x might even be a little too juicy for me, for SWE, if I was trading SWE. But what I would do, if I did have a 10x, is I would have dry powder ready for if it does drop. If I believed Altseason was right here, and this is the time to set that trade up, I would have my dry powder ready to deploy. If it goes down a little too far, deploy more dry powder. Make sure you move your stop loss, because that dry powder will take your stop loss from, like, let's say here down to here. Or whatever, you know what I mean? Or not even stop loss, your liquidation point. So if you add liquidity while it's going down, and you're in a long, you can move your liquidation point down. Just make sure that you're cautious. Not financial advice. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. That was what I would do if I was trading SWE on a 10x with a $3.36.9 average. Ondo, we went through all that already. Where were we? Doge, we went through that. Polygon, Matic, Pole. Rejection at 23.86, broke below 22.92. Currently sitting at 22.53. 22 cents would be the next support if it continues to go down. But this also looks like it's in a flag. So we're waiting for it to decide if it's going to break up or down. If it breaks down, it's going to be a quick move, I assume. Totally assuming. Don't quote me on that. If it breaks up, it's going to be a quick move as well. I'll go. Again, totally assuming. We did break bullish out of an ascending channel, which is kind of crazy. We broke above 1997. Rejected 20. Support. Broke above. Support. Broke above. Probably testing it as support to continue. That's the name of the game. We already got our support at 2063, so there's kind of no reason to go down there, technically. Volumes spiked, which is awesome. RSI is almost right back in the middle. We did get a confirmed red dot on Market Cipher right here, actually. Interesting. On our green candle, we have a confirmed red dot, which resulted in a bearish engulfing, which actually got wicked, bought up right back above 22.92, where we got a little rise, rejection at 23.50, and then another big fat red candle of sellers. We do have a decent sized wick on this most recent red candle, though. So people are scooping it up. Volume's up. Looks decent. It really does. NEAR is down 0.2% on the day. Currently trading at 247. 251.5 was broken as support. Rejection around 260. Yeah, we want to see us get back above 251.5 and head towards 269. Nice. Volume increase looks good. We got, looks like maybe potential support at 242-ish. Otherwise, 240 is going to be nice psychological. Yeah, volume got a nice spike. RSI is almost sitting right in the middle again, and momentum wave is for sure sitting right in the middle, so we're looking good. Looking good. Chili's down 0.33% on the day. A little rejection at our upper trend line. 41.44 maybe, and then the purple trend line as well. We want to get above that purple trend line. It's very important. We could technically, I don't know if we even need to actually. So we got to break above our ascending channel, upper trend line, support, broke above these guys, broke down, rejected, and now we're trying to make another run for 40.37. See if we can break through it this time. Silver up 3.77%, currently sitting at $38.38. Silver is killing it. Apparently, there's people trying to suppress the market, and there's monster sells going on, and the price did not go down because of it, and it just spiked right back up. So it seems like the suppression on silver might finally be coming to an end. We will have to wait and see, obviously, but kind of exciting. $38.38. Pretty decent. MicroStrategy. 433.30, still the same as yesterday, looking good, looking for that $500 target. DXY still doing its thing. NASDAQ still doing its thing. S&P still doing its thing, looking good. Bitcoin dominance 64.64, breaking down, beautiful. And Bitcoin itself 0.07 down at the moment. Congratulations, Tyler, once again on your victory. Vahid, pretty crazy guess, pretty epic, not gonna lie. Jim said Sol's market cap chart is really strong though. The bottom range is utilizing 2021's market cap top as support. Tom Salkscoat said, why do we even look at Pol anymore? I don't know, it's on the chart. If you guys want to vote, we can change it to something else. Jim said Sol's supply in 2021 was 217 million. Today the token supply is 536 million. Dang, they doubled their supply and their market cap. So their market cap is twice what it was previously in order for them to get to this current price level. Jim said, for comparison, Ethereum supply in 2021 was 115.7 million. Today is 120.7 million. Yeah, Ethereum and Cardano and Bitcoin all have really low inflation rates. Polkadot has high inflation, I think. We've done this math before. It's actually kind of interesting. And it helps people learn, because sometimes people come in here and they'll be like, oh my gosh, do you think so-and-so can get back to its previous all-time high? And you have to look at the historic price data, which is one of my favorite things about CoinMarketCap is they have this historic price data. So if I want to see what you just said, the perfect example, Solana, let's go look at Solana on the chart really quick. I want to see the all-time high, the previous all-time high, last bull market. I just want to see last bull market. Last bull market for Solana. It has a new all-time high right now, which is impressive. But November 6th, 2021, this thing was $260. November 6th, 2021. November 2021. November 7th, perfect. Look at that. Solana's number 4. Price is $249. Circulating supply was 302 million. The current supply is 536 million. So the market cap was 75.5 billion. Right now, it's 86.14. Fully diluted value 97.24. The math checks out. The max supply being infinity is a little sketch. I did not realize that. What's that all about? What does Ethereum say? Ethereum's max supply is infinity as well? What? Am I crazy? Who else has infinity? Solana's infinity. XRP, 100 billion. Okay. Polkadot, infinity. What is, am I crazy? What's going on? Cardano, 45 billion. Dogecoin, infinity. What is happening? Guys? Hello? That's really weird. Okay, I guess we can just ignore that. That's fine, I'm sure, right? That's totally fine. Alts are starting to turn green. Congratulations, Tyler, once again. Enjoy your... I'm gonna have to shrink this. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm shrinking your foot long. It had to happen. Had to happen. Tyler said, here the math checks out from JJ gives me zero confidence the math checks out. Jim said Polkadot always felt like a grift by Gavin Wood. Apparently it was. Didn't he leave? I thought he pieced out. Also, weren't there like really sketchy allegations against him? Maybe I should shut my mouth. I'm going to shut my mouth. I don't want anyone suing me for defamation. He has way more money than me. The Gavin Wood that I'm referring to is a completely different Gavin Wood. His last name is spelled W-Y-D. That's a kid I went to school with. No affiliation with Polkadot. Sue me now, bitch. Gavin Wood. Okay, anyways. We're getting sidetracked. Alt's getting a little spicy here. Exciting stuff. You know what? Is this dumb? I'm gonna DCA a little more. Why not? Right? This is totally dumb. I'm gonna do it though. You guys ever see that video of that kid? He's like in a computer class or something. He's like sitting in his chair and he's like turning around and he's like, I'm gonna say it. And everyone's like, say it, say it. And he goes, I don't care that you broke your elbow. That video cracks me up, dude. It's so good. It's so good. Talk about shade, man. Woo, he was pissed. What am I doing? I'm DCAing? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit. He co-founded Ethereum, split after disputes with Vitalik. They made Polkadot using his background with Ethereum to pump the price. Yes, that's... I'm pretty sure the entire Ethereum team split up. It was like a boy band. Charles co-founded Ethereum with Vitalik as well. They were all buddies. That's what cracks me up about Laura Shin. She's completely unaffiliated with all these projects. She's written so much gossip, like hit pieces on every single person that founded Ethereum. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It is the weirdest thing I have ever seen. Jim said Gavin Wood preaches decentralization, but he made Polkadot more centralized than ETH. Are you sure? Maybe I genuinely, I'm not 1,000% on the ecosystem, but from what I understand, Polkadot has like a proper governance system in place, and they voted for their marketing. They voted to spend some treasury money. I think it was a lot of money. It was like either 45 or 75 million dollars on marketing or something like that. And they deployed it the wrong way. They spent it kind of on like Fiverr promoters or something. It was just a bunch of like medium tier cryptocurrency influencers. And there was like one day where everyone said something about Polkadot, and that was it. That was the entire thing. It didn't affect the price at all. Nobody cared, and it made me feel really bad. Because there's people that are like fully invested their entire like life's work into these ecosystems, and then something like that like goes wrong and kind of falls apart. They fumbled the bag so hard. I feel awful. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, "Gotta run, guys. Have a good night. Take it easy, Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn. Happy Saturday. Enjoy your weekend, my friend." Jim said Gavin Wood preaches. Yep, I read that. Okay. All right. Where were we? We got some news articles to go through. Alts are getting a little spicy. Exciting stuff. Let's see. We got U.S. government posts a rare $27 billion budget surplus in June, largely funded by the collection of tariffs. Tariffs collected in June totaled $27 billion, marking a 301% gain from June 2024. 2025 tariff collections have totaled $113 billion, up 86% year over year. That's exciting stuff, guys. TechDev posted, most still don't get it. This is stablecoin deployment. When it rises, crypto rises. But the moves associated with prior bull runs have only been counter trend moves. This will be the first actual breakout. It has no precedent. All prior runs have objectively been test pumps. That's crazy. That's crazy. This makes me weirdly overly bullish and excited. Next, we got housing defaults have skyrocketed. This is unlike anything we've seen in a decade. A thread. I genuinely might be on this list. I'm not even joking. I received a letter on my door that I'm delinquent. Ready for this? $12. Which means somewhere they made a mistake and told me the wrong amount of rent to pay. By like there's like a $5 deficit or something in what I've been paying, because it's been like 3 or 4 months since my rent's changed, and suddenly I have a $12 deficit. I'm like, whoa! So I had to email my landlord last night. I was like, what do you want me to do about this? Do you want me to, do I make a separate payment right now, or do you want me to just add it to the, and also what is my rent that I have to pay? Because clearly it's in whatever you told me before was incorrect. So I don't know. Well, that would be really funny if I was included in this because of $12. That's kind of hilarious. Next, we got President Trump announces 30% tariffs on the European Union and Mexico. They better step up their game and get to schmoozing. We got a full list of tariffs announced by the U.S. this week. European Union, 30%. South Africa, 30%. South Korea, 25%. Bangladesh, 35%. Kazakhstan, 25%. Philippines, 20%. Cambodia, 36%. Indonesia, 32%. Myanmar, 40%. Sri Lanka, 30%. Malaysia, 25%. Thailand, 36%. Moldova, 25%. Canada, 35%. Mexico, 30%. Bosnia, 30%. Algeria, 30%. Tunisia, 25%. Brunei, 25%. Serbia, 35%. Japan, 25%. Brazil, 50%. Libya, 30%. Laos, 40%. And Iraq, 30%. Pump Fund token sale sells out, raising 500 million in 12 minutes. That's crazy. I probably would have participated in this had I known anything about it, just because it's fun, and I don't think I've ever done a pre-sale before. So that would be the one that I would have done. This is hilarious. Michael Saylor being an absolute Giga Chad, giant schlong on live television. The reporter asked him at any point, would you sell your Bitcoin? When would it make sense to take profits? And Michael Saylor said, I'll be buying the top forever. Bitcoin is the exit strategy. I freaking love that quote. Obviously, the guy talks a lot. That's all that he does. He probably likes the sound of his voice more than Charles and Trump combined, which is a huge, that's saying a huge thing. Throw Elon in there as well. They don't like the sounds of their voice. Michael Saylor likes the sound of his voice even more. And he said a million things. So every once in a while, all the shit that comes out, a little bit of gold comes out with it. That was one of those little golden nuggets right there. Bitcoin is the exit strategy. That is a freaking badass quote. Next, we got 10 public companies quietly adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets. From tech to energy, Bitcoin is gaining ground in corporate finance. Let's freaking go. James Wynn deactivated his X account. This one's actually kind of sad, guys. Don't ever let the market affect you that much. If it is, then, maybe take a breather, take a break. Maybe that's what he's doing, whatever. I wish him the best. Try not to glamorize yourself too much, I guess, is another lesson. Vanity, I think, is the sin. Marty Party posted, there's a pandemic of negativity. Everything is taken negatively. The tipping point is near. In my opinion, everything is fantastic. Never been a better time to be alive, and opportunity is abundant. I kind of agree with that. I really do. Jeff definitely, I don't know who Jeff is. It definitely feels like, I don't know. I feel like I'm in the early 2000s again. There's a fragrance in the air, and it smells like happiness, and it's abundant, and I think it's on the way. I don't know. It's gonna take a while for people to notice, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. Jim said they keep talking about the housing crash 2.0, but I would look at HGX chart housing sector. I don't want to hear about it. The housing market's gonna crash, Jim. I believe it's still real to me. Damn it. Also, 2005 was a huge tell that the housing was screwed. Home prices stopped rising, which silently sent shockwaves through the subprime mortgage market. Saylor's entire business model rewards him for buying the top areas. 2022, he bought almost no Bitcoin because the MNAV was too close to the price of Bitcoin. Market net average. Is that what that is? Did I just guess that correctly? JSU 2.0 said we got a game and stream at some point. Oh, 1000%, dude. Like, you game with me and we stream something? Hit me up in Discord or Twitter, man. I'm down. I've been just buying games every time they're on sale on Steam, which is crazy. I fully understand the struggle now. People are like, I finally picked up a new game out of my Steam library. That's why Steam makes so much money. People just buy games and then they just have them, and they don't do anything with them. And it costs Steam nothing. What do they pay for servers? Big freaking deal. They pay to host one game file, and thousands of people download it. Stock Money Lizard said this move was sort of anticipated. Congrats to all the believers. Now enjoy the pump and don't FOMO. Many of these fair value gaps up get at least partially filled. We'll share some TA later. Momentum is about to flip bullish. We are seeing a retest of the upper trend line. Breakout is near. Let's freaking go. Altcoins are pushing to breakout. Cup and handle nearly complete. Break 1 trillion and it's liftoff. This train's got no brakes. Higher. I'm not sure. This is 916. This has got to be total 3. Yeah, total 3 right there. Exactly what we've been talking about. 1 trillion, man. 1 trillion is the number. Jim said MicroStrategy almost never buys Bitcoin, where it would make sense for us to buy, because then it erodes the premium that MicroStrategy trades at. Interesting. He announced he wasn't buying before we moved up because the top area will reward MicroStrategy more. I understand. I think I actually understand. JJ Math. Whoa. It all makes sense now. Where we are in the cycle, ETH and altcoins are yet to have their most explosive moves, in my honest opinion. Let's freaking go. We are here. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, we're about to get that big boy pump. Now is the best moment to buy altcoins. That is actually our portfolio. Our perfect timing portfolio, which today we do have to pick another coin, guys. So start sounding off. Jay Shear said, does he still buy on Mondays? He does. He announces it, though. So it's hit or miss if he's going to every single Monday. And he usually announces that on Sunday. He'll post this cute little chart. Scott said he 100% doesn't understand. Jim said he didn't buy last week. Quiet breakout signal from Sailor. Interesting. Yes, I have a 1 liter of Pepsi. Sue me. Wow. This thing was at 12? That's crazy. All right. Next we got Crypto Seth. Bitcoin will make new all-time high within 2 weeks. This was on July 4th, by the way. 4th of July, Independence Day. He said Bitcoin will make new all-time high within 2 weeks. Altcoins will catch up in a violent way within 3 weeks. So 3 weeks from July 4th is 21 days, which is 25th. So we got 13 days until this maybe happens. I'm going to try to remember this because that's exciting stuff. Wow, I'm excited. I'm so excited. This is ridiculous how excited I am. And last but not least, we got, you don't need to be a genius to spot the next alt season. It's always the same pattern, and low caps will explode in a few days. 150 in alts now equals 25K by the end of summer. If that is true, then I will be able to buy a house. I will be able to buy a house by the end of the summer. I would love for that to be our multiplication metric here. I'm not going to confirm or deny whether or not I think it's true. I'm manifesting. I think $150 is going to turn into 25K this summer. Oh, excuse me. All right, Bitcoin 117.312. Alts are hit or miss, red and green. It's Christmas. We got some portfolio action. 1K to 10K Grok portfolio down $102. Not too bad. Currently being held up by Proppy, Render, Sol, ADA, and Fetch. ADA's moving up. Being dragged down by Ondo, Shib, Near, Doge, and Aptos. I will say, I don't want to be that guy, but I would rather buy the one that moves up through the ranks than the one that sits at the top. Proppy has been stable, beautiful, but it's only in profit $8 after all of this time. Meanwhile, all of these other coins you could have bought while they were sucking butt, and then, you know, when they're up here making bank, then you get some of those returns versus just only making $8 per property that you own. Not financial advice. That's my psychological loophole that I jumped through. My copium for the day. Memecoin portfolio up or down. I'm sorry, down for $16. And SNEK slowly improving. Very slowly. We will see if SNEK ends up on the top. With $86 in profit. Absolutely beautiful. Pepe, $56 in profit. Doge, Giga, and SNEK. A lot of catching up to do. And last but not least, we got our narrative portfolio, which is currently 100 and... Is it still loading? Or what am I supposed to do here? There, yeah. $119.63 in profit. That's kind of crazy. Pretty good, pretty good. VeChain is the only one that is not in profit at the moment. This portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one real world asset coin, and one gaming coin, and is absolutely killing it. Pepe's in profit $74, Tao's in profit $32, Fetch is in profit $16, Mana's in profit $9, and VeChain is down $14. Portfolio is just shredding, and it has only been negative one time. This last dip, it didn't even go negative. Index said, yo, man. What's going on, Index? Appreciate you. Jay Shear 2.0 said, interesting. Jim said, crypto and housing usually move up together. Inflation loves both. I just want to buy a house. I don't care if it costs a lot of money or a little bit of money, as long as I have the money. So I figured the one thing that I can't control interest rates, I can't control housing prices, but I can control my income. I'm busting my ass right now, man. Trying to rake in as much as possible to make a big fat cash payment to have a cheap month to month. If I could pay the whole thing off right out the gate, that would be crazy. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I'm trying to manifest it. I'm trying to believe in myself. But that's a lot of money. We'll see. We'll see what happens this bull market. All right, guys, we got to add to our perfect entry portfolio. We added Swede the other day. We are $9.82 in profit. What do we got? April McDaniel said Mog. Go look at Mog. Ooh. Okay, dang. This thing broke out of 1. Broke straight through 13. Got above 16,940. It's currently sitting at 16,997. From 1. If you would have bought that breakout, you'd be up 69%. Nice. That's pretty sick. Mog, absolutely shredding. The question is, are you going to do this again? Where it goes up, chops, and dumps a little bit, and then it goes up again. Is it going to do that? I could see that, actually, and that actually fits really nicely with our trend lines here. Look at that. Interesting. We'll see if that's what happens, or if it just continues to grind up. That would be pretty sick. Jim said E-Gold. Wow. That's a hot take. Deep cut. Didn't they change the name? Yeah, Multiverse X, yep. I don't even know if we looked at this one ever. So it's got the double bottom thingy that, what else had that? Was it Avalanche or Chainlink? Both? It was both. Was it someone else? Am I crazy? I guess they all kind of got that. Every single altcoin has that. That's weird. Maybe it was Ondo. I don't know. I'm making stuff up. E-Gold. E-G-L-D. Multiverse X. It's got kind of a little double bottom action going on. You're going to have clear resistance here at 1614-ish. Should be nice support here. Yeah, look at that. It's literally doing this. Hello. You got your grind up, your break, support, and then blast off. Come on. That's textbook right there, man. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. Now, I guess what you would want to look for this time around is to not fail up here and then die off. You got a BART right here. Beautiful recovery, and then another BART. There's 2 of them. BART. BART. You don't want that. This is kind of maybe an inverse BART. See if you get a sick move out of that. We'll see. We will see. And you don't want this either, because that's also bad. That you never want that. I don't know, 1534. RSI's sitting right above 60. You got a green dot on your momentum wave. Potential upside. I could see it. Okay. I'm gonna go. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. I'm gonna go hype, Chainlink, what else? Hype, Chainlink, ETH Classic, and Bitcoin Cash. That's what I'm doing. Nope, not a Q&A. I bet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, submit your entry for the Perfect entry portfolio addition today. Jim said, I really like ETH Classic's monthly log chart. Okay. Go take a look. Monthly log. Did I do it? It didn't seem like it changed. I mean, is this not a giant waste management fractal? Is it because I'm on Binance? Okay, yeah. And I am on log, okay. I mean, seems to be strong support right here for sure, which is kind of previous resistance. It's very waste management-esque. I could see it. Honestly, if it broke below this potential support zone, I don't know if you can you even do TA on log scale? If it broke below this, just for a quick second, I want to see it kind of break below and go to like here and then bounce. And this zone right here, where you get right below that line, that's where everyone freaks out, opens up shorts. They think that they're geniuses. They're all giggling, you know, in the corner like a little child. And then the price reverses super fast. They get liquidated and they gotta call their mom. Like, Mom, I accidentally spent all of my mortgage money that you lent me because I'm broke and stupid with money. I need you to send me more because the kids need lunch money. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. You don't want to be calling your mom to help pay for your kids' lunch, school lunch. It's ridiculous. Stop gambling with money that you can't afford to lose. Just creating an entire negative narrative out of thin air. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining. Happy Saturday. Super stoked to be here. We got 11 likes, 10 people watching. You guys are legends. So far, we got 3 votes. 2 of them are for Chainlink. One of them is for ETH Classic. We got 10 people watching. If we could get at least 6 votes, I would be happy. Give me 3 more votes, guys. Go into the chat and pick an option. I'm not allowed to vote, but you are. And I believe in you. All right, let's refresh our Bitcoin liquidation heat map. See where we're at here. ETH Classic, let's get off a log. Go to regular. Yeah. And go to the 4-hour time frame. Jim said, I do TA on log for anything with more than 5 years of data for the monthly weekly chart. Okay, interesting. Mr. Tyler, congratulations once again on your victory for the daily close contest. Very impressive win. I can't believe the heat was only off by 69 cents. That's pretty impressive. Bitcoin still 117.347, 62 cents. Very, very quiet. Liquidation heat map update. Can we get 3 more votes in the poll? We got a total of 10 people watching. And we only have 3 votes at the moment. I would love to get 60%. Oh, I forgot I was on a trade. And so far I'm good. Alright. Symbol. 12-hour. Still the same. Okay, we did lose a spicy bull, though, interestingly enough. So our lowest at the moment, or our lower, is 116.354. Okay. This goes away. Okay, and then the very, very low one is 116.027. Am I weird? I bought a half of a pie today. I don't think I've ever bought a pie in my entire life. 118.313. Because usually, like, whenever there's family gatherings and stuff, my mom does everything. 118.639. And if we are bringing something, or we bake stuff all the time, and we cook and whatever, but I've never really bought a pie. That like dawned on me today. I'm like, that's such a weird thing. Who hasn't bought a pie before? So there's a half a pie. And I don't. Have you guys ever had Honeycrisp apples? We have apples in Michigan. Like, we got apples coming out the wazoo, which is very painful. But Oh my gosh. Honeycrisp apples are so good. And this thing says Honeycrisp apple pie. And I was like, oh. So I bought it. I'm kind of excited. I was thinking about it just now. I figured I'd fill you guys in. After the stream, I'm probably going to have a slice of pie. Jay Shear said, don't close the vote. Let me see which one will give the most ROI. How much you throwing in? It's going to be $100 for the channel portfolio. We threw $100 into Sui at the top the other day, and we are $9.87 in profit at the moment. This is the perfect entry portfolio because everyone feels like we're about to enter a proper alt season. So Top South Coast said, yes, you're weird, but it has nothing to do with your pie buying habits, and Honeycrisp are the best apples. Thank you very much. Wag Me Down the Street said, JJ, can you look at AKT? Yes, I absolutely can, my friend. Index said, I'm still waiting for Casper to pump. I mine it. A lot of it. Okay, Index, don't go anywhere. We'll go over Casper after this, and I got some questions. Whoa! I remember the name. I remember Akash. Akash? Why do I remember that? 10.8% candle at the moment. Beautiful little double bottom action on the 4-hour time frame, much like all of our other altcoins that we've been looking at. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Now, previously, you had a similar setup. That's what you don't want to happen again. You don't want that rejection. So, I guess my goal here would be to make sure you break above maybe $4, let's call it. You want to break 4. 4 is going to be important. If you break above that, then you could be in a bull market. Bull market territory, lots of money to be made. Obviously, don't wait for that to break out. Make your own decisions investment-wise. You got a lot of volume going on here. A lot of volume going on here. A lot of volume going on here. This is mediocre. But the price is increasing significantly, and so is the RSI. You are overbought at the moment on the 4-hour time frame. 145.83, 150 is going to be a big psychological zone. So you want to get above that. This does seem to be some kind of resistance right here. So getting above that's going to be a challenge as well. Put that on there. I'm going to go right here. You are kind of sitting above it though, which is good. And it was kind of similar right here as well. You got two spikes. Very similar chart playing out right now. Spike to the downside. Little dip before the run. I mean, this is it, man. You got 1, 2 pullbacks. Right here, you got 1, 2, 3, and then blast off. You're at 1, 2. You got to go for that third, and then you get to blast off. See if you can get higher than 4, like I said. Watch for that RSI, though. RSI is spicy. Volume looks great, though. Volume looks beautiful. 12.76. It's literally gone up since I started looking at. So it looks great. Like I said, 150 is going to be a little bit psychological. 144 seems to be more relevant, though. So keep an eye on that for sure. Next, you probably want to get above 160. And then 175. Once you get above that, there's not going to be much resistance to be completely, maybe like $1.90, $2. But those are kind of obvious, so. John said, Fuji are the best apples. You people are delusional. Whoa. Honeycrisp are definitely the best apples. Now, the real question is, have any of you ever had an Asian pear? That is the ultimate question. I have a really funny Asian pear story as well. Wagme said it's in the same category as render. Interesting. Okay, so it'll probably do relatively well. AI, and it has some room, I think. Fully diluted value is also really good. Let's go check it out. Number 148 too, so it's actually pretty decent. 569. Yeah, this is a nice chart. I kind of like it. It's really sitting at some lows, man. You got bull market. A little like introduction to a bull market. And we're getting a little dip right now. Before a run up. Max supply too. It's almost fully circulating. Pretty close. Now it's not 63.9. So just be careful with the printing. I don't know if they're going to print or if they got a schedule, unlock schedule. Keep an eye on that too, though. But yeah, it looks really good. All right. CAS for index. CAS. All right, index question. Is it hard to mine CAS? Like, do you need a dedicated mining rig, or could one use a higher end gaming PC? And would it be worth it? Tom said, I've eaten a chick's Asian pear, but have you eaten the Asian pear? Is the question. That's a different question, John. Tom. Bagme said, yep. John said, yep. Jim said, yep. Index. Okay. Index. So CAS got above 82, rejected at 9, and retested 8 after it was resistance. So we're in a good spot right now. You can only mine it with an ASIC. Okay, never mind that. I don't like it anymore. I'm just kidding. Where's the JJ's a fool line? Okay, so once CAS gets about 14 cents, then I will be a fool because I've been reduced to just talking crap about it ever since it decided to not do good. So I made the JJ is a fool line where I can continue to talk crap about it while it's below here. And I'm just going to call it the worst thing that ever existed, and that it's absolute trash and garbage and the price sucks because the project sucks. And then once it gets above there, then because I said all of those mean things, everyone will just call me a fool because I said all those mean things. Does that make sense? It's like a reverse psychology thing. So far, it's been hit or miss with very little success, but the results aren't exactly entirely inclusive, so we're still waiting. Cheers. Happy Saturday, guys. I think the market's pretty quiet. So check monthly returns for Bitcoin again. ETH, Q3, Q4. Q3 so far. ETH is up 17.85. Bitcoin's up 9.3. Ooh, is that kind of a sign for Altseason, maybe? Average is pretty good. Yeah, so the first half of the year, the first half of the year average is pretty good too. Dang it. I don't know that. I have no answers. Index said you made me cry now. It's not your fault. It's Caspa's fault. I still love you, Index. Eventually I'll be a fool. August average for Bitcoin is 1.75. September it's negative. Interesting. See, look at this. Average, it's like mediocre, decent. It's slow, bad, slow, awful, and then amazing. So October, November seem to be the biggest months for Bitcoin, specifically. For Ethereum, the highest average is actually Q2. Nope, Q1. Okay, I have no idea then. I don't know what I'm talking about. 2021. Yeah, Q1, 2021, 160%. What in the world? And then Q1 of 20. See, this kind of leans into the extending cycle argument, at least for altcoins specifically. Because ETH's Q1 should have been amazing if it was a 4-year cycle, you know what I mean? From 2021. 160. We went 518, 160 to negative 45. Like, there's clearly something going on with the timeline. We have officially reached 6 votes. The community has voted to add link to our perfect timing portfolio. Let's go do some math. Chainlink is currently valued at 1510. So I want to buy 100 of them. $100 or $100 worth. Divided by 1510. We need 6.6225. Add coin. Link. Chainlink. 6.622516556291139. I'm just gonna do 4 digits. There we go. Bam. $99.10. Sweet. Chainlink has officially been added. We're gonna do, I think, 10 coins in this bad boy. Let's do 10. Even though the one with 5 has been outperforming the rest of the market, we're gonna expose ourselves in the perfect timing, because technically perfect timing means you could buy anything and it'll do amazing. The idea here is to get the timing right and to see if we can nail the timing and to see if this perfect timing portfolio outperforms all the other portfolios that we have. Obviously, whichever one does best, it's not going to be like all-inclusive evidence, but it'll be our first trial run of maybe timing versus narrative. I like that because the 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is kind of a basket, and we did that I think at the beginning of this year. Memecoin portfolio, we did post Libra, which was the Argentinian meme coin that allegedly like ended the meme coin bull market, even though it's still thriving to this day. And the narrative portfolio is specifically the 5 narratives that I always list out: artificial intelligence, meme coin, decentralized physical infrastructure, real world assets, and gaming. Those 5 narratives, those 5 buzzword narratives, they're very, very buzzwordy as well, are what this portfolio is made of. And then this perfect entry is strictly 1000% based on timing, because everyone thinks that we're about to enter the bull market for alt specifically, the real alt season specifically. So Tyler said, where's none of the above for the poll? Nobody was here, Tyler. None of the above was you guys when you weren't attending while I was making the poll, so I just made it. You gotta come and go because I have a job. Oh, I'm Tyler, I have a job. Congratulations though. Enjoy your foot-long chili cheese dog. Looks delicious. Guys, I think this is where I'm gonna call it today. Kind of sad. I don't want to go. But it is what it is. I got stuff to do. So maybe we'll do a super duper late night stream today. Just for fun, because we can. I don't know. I'm not gonna make any decisions right now. But anyways, as always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Happy Saturday. Happy day after DCA day. Bitcoin just chilling. $117,000. So far, we did it. We are absolute legends. And our wives and our wives' boyfriends are going to let us spend more time in the bedroom playing our PlayStation, which is really exciting. So anyways, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and good night.